summer. So they'll start on weekends and then ramp up as we get into school holidays and go right through the season. So this is thanks to a $13.2 million commitment from the state government as part of a 3-year funding deal with Surf Lifesaving WA. And so we know that for many years those helicopter patrols have provided peace of mind to Perth families and families in the southwest. The helicopter patrols that will start on Saturday from Yanchep in the north right down to Hamlin Bay in the southwest are really important for our beach safety and to make sure that we can warn people when there are sharks in the area and get people out of harm's way. This is a great $13.2 million funding agreement with Surf Lifesaving. In addition to the helicopter patrols, of course, we have 25,000 volunteers who are part of the Surf Lifesaving family, and they are also our eyes and ears. They also feed into that data collection system that's also funded so that we can make sure we stay shark smart, that we make sure that we warn people when sharks are in the area, and we keep those families safe and give families that certainty that comes from having helicopters overhead, having drones in the sky as part of the Surf Lifesaving program, and having volunteers on the beach. So as I said, very proud today to be announcing that our shark patrols will start on Saturday and they'll ramp up through school holidays and into summer.
Excellent. So we'll pass to Mike Shaw now from Surf Lifesaving WA, and then the Minister can step back for questions as well.
Thank you, Minister.
We'll just get you to...
Oh, sorry.
Bit of a height difference.
I can dig a hole.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe
Just get on your knees.
we should have had you stand on the shoulders.
Apologies, I didn't think this through.
No, it's fine. Hang on. I don't... Is that all right, fellas?
We also have some of the helicopter crew as well.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, we'll just, if we can get you to start off with your name and title, and we'll get you to come up nice and close.
No worries.
High enough, fellas?
Cool. And yeah, we'll just get you to start off with your name and title for the day.
Yeah, so good morning. My name's Mike Shaw. I'm one of the directors. Yeah.
That's all good.
No, we'll go again.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Feel free to jump into...
So, yeah, my name's Mike Shaw. I'm one of the directors of Surf Lifesaving Western Australia. I'm here on behalf of Heidi Gann, our president, who is unable to make it today. But we are here thanks to the ongoing support of our state government. Our Westpac Lifesaver Rescue Helicopter Service will be starting again this weekend, 6th of September, and will be running through till the 30th of April next year. More than 1.7 million people come and visit our beaches every year, and we want them to be able to recreate and to enjoy their time on the beach, and we know that this helicopter service enables them to do that. Last season, our 2 helicopters, one based here at North Fremantle and the other one based at Busselton Margaret River Airport, patrolled a total of 996 hours, almost 1,000 hours. We closed the beach on 101 occasions and asked 5,200 people to move themselves from the water to safety. We reported 777 shark sightings, and we assisted in 64 search and rescue missions, which on its own was a 137% increase on what we did last year. These statistics continue to demonstrate why this service is such an integral element of the state's shark hazard mitigation strategy and how it assists with preserving our coastal lifestyle for our people to enjoy. We're delighted with the state government's commitment to continue the funding of this service through till the 2027-28 season. In addition to the helicopters, this funding aids in the delivery of other key services such as our lifeguards in key areas, our statewide jet ski program, and SurfCom, which is our central communications network. It's a wonderful long-term partnership that we have with the government, and this funding allows us to plan and deliver these services with confidence. We thank the state government for their faith in us to deliver these critical services to the WA community.
Yeah, before we switch back to the Minister, if you have any questions for Mike, now is probably the time for the microphones as well.
So what should people keep in mind when they come into the beaches over the summer?
First thing I would suggest is to identify the bend sign that you're walking down to the beach. So everyone understands, I believe, that the bend signs were brought in case of emergencies. We can identify locations for the ambulances to get to quickly. The second thing I would suggest is identify where the flagged areas are, because as surf lifesavers, we want you to swim between the flags. That's where we're patrolling. If you're any distance away from that area, then we have fewer eyes on you.
And last year, I believe, was particularly bad in terms of drownings. Are you concerned that we might see a repeat this year?
Can I ask Chris Peck, our General Manager of Lifesaving, to answer that one, please?
Sorry, just quickly before you go. You touched on it, but it's obviously a really important tool in the mix of the toolbox for keeping people safe on the beaches, these helicopters over the summer. Can you just sort of elaborate, or I guess give us in a nutshell, why it's so important to have this resource available to surf lifesavers?
The helicopter service? I don't know if you've ever been on the beach when the helicopter's flown over, but as a patrolling member at Fremantle Club, every time that helicopter flies over, the members of the public on the beach, and in fact even our Nipper parents, you can hear an audible sigh of relief that they know there's eyes on the sky and that they are safe. Okay, that's what we see as being the main value of it. I became a surf lifesaver so that I could make sure that mums, dads, kids, grandparents could all go home at the end of the day, and this is a key part of our strategy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right, do comfortable to answer that one, Chris?
Yeah, certainly. Certainly.
Is that okay, height for Chris, or?
That's all right? Okay, cool.
All right, Ollie, do you want to repeat your question?
Yeah, so last year was particularly bad in terms of drownings. Are you concerned that we might see a repeat of that this year?
Look, it's hard to say year on year what will occur, but what we do know is that there are much development going on along the coastline, and people are accessing the coastline in areas more than ever. So it is likely that the trend will continue along that way. But what we would reinforce is choose to swim at a patrolled location where there is direct intervention services, because that is where you've got the best chance of staying alive. So 773 rescues last year says that those people were saved when they were recreating at the beach and went home safely. We really implore that people swim at those patrolled locations and choose it. And whilst there's opportunity to go to the beach and we've got wonderful coastline, you need to be where the lifesavers are, and we're doing our best, and we're using other strategies to make sure that we can spread our footprint and using technology, etc. But the best chance you've got of recreating safely at the beach is to be at a patrolled location.
Surf Lifesaving WA taking any learnings from last summer that they're going to implement this time around?
Yeah, certainly. We're looking at all of our strategies, whether it's our static patrols with the flagged areas, our communication systems, our communication that we put at point of activity where people can access beaches, through to having public rescue equipment available, because we know that more and more people are involved in what we call bystander rescues and are becoming involved in part of that drowning tragedy.
You mentioned before that part of the rise is down to more developments near the coast. Do you think people are getting more complacent around the ocean?
I don't know they're becoming complacent, but what they're getting is access, and they're being pushed further away from where the standard locations are. At this place at City Beach, we can see it already. The development around here means that there are more people visiting this beach location, and they're not necessarily swimming between the flags like we'd like them to, so we can look after them. We need people to make good decisions and ensure that they swim at those patrolled locations, and don't be complacent. Find information, read the beach safety signs, look at the bend signs. Don't be complacent about coming into this beach environment.
And of course, the puppies are always happy to help and explain conditions and stuff. Like, why is it important to engage?
We've got nearly 6,000 volunteers who are trained lifesavers, and they are very happy to have a conversation with people to make sure that they stay safe. Prevention is the best outcome for us, rather than having to do a rescue or response, and we would encourage people to make sure that they have that conversation with our very friendly volunteer lifesavers to ensure that they stay safe.
The same number of air hours, flight hours this year as last year, Chris?
Yes, the profile remains the same. We'll be doing nearly 1,000 hours, which is about 500 in each of the metro and southwest areas. That is a lot of hours. That's more than any other state is doing around the country in terms of doing these preventative patrols.
And drones, are they figuring more and more?
Drones are a part of the broader surf life-saving strategy, particularly with the volunteer systems. thanks to Lottery West through a grant, we were able to energise that program. We've got 19 clubs, about 150 operators that are now using the drones over those weekends for a whole range of reasons, not just the patrolling, but whether we're using them for our nippers, water safety, etc. They are becoming an integral part of what we do.
Any final question for Chris? You might need a glass of water.
Thank
Just
you.
grab your full name and title quickly.
Chris Peck, General Manager, Surf Life Saving WA. Thank you.
Questions for the Minister? Any questions for the Minister?
What is it?
Okay, we'll step back. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk.
Do you need me?
Do we need to move the mics down? Yeah.
Do you want me just to build a little mound? And
No, but
We'll build a sandcastle.
yeah, we might need to get you a box to stand on. That's what we do with the shorties in our office. No, you're fine.
And then we've obviously got Surf Life Saving people here today and the pilots, so we can get some good photos and vision after this as well.
Why only the Yanchep? Like, why not? The coast is further north. There are communities further north, and why only stop at Yanchep?
So look, the location is to get the maximum population area. What we want to do is make sure as much of the population of Western Australia is covered, and so that decision to go from Yanchep right down to Hamlin Bay, where we know lots of people are on holidays down south, has been made in conjunction with Surf Life Saving. We do, of course, still have those 25,000 volunteers from the Surf Life Saving family on beaches who are also reporting sharks. We obviously have tag sharks. We have the Shark Smart system, so I would encourage people to make sure they download the app and check which beach they're going to and just make sure. So shark spottings and sightings are reported from a number of different places. This is about making sure where we have the population that we actually have those aerial patrols.
Issue of the day. The Kwinana Industry Council's come out and said the Kwinana bulk jetty delays in getting the boats actually through is costing up to $70 million a year. Are you concerned about the impact that might be having to the food and agriculture industry?
Look, we know that agriculture relies heavily on exports. We have had bumper crops in the last 4 years, and we're on track, it looks like, for another 23 million tonne crops. So we need that port access to make sure we can get those crops out, but also to get fertiliser and other inputs in. So we're aware that the Kwinana area is experiencing some pressure points. Our economy is booming, our mining economy is booming, and the Minister for Ports is working closely with all of the ports, including Kwinana and Geraldton, to make sure that we can future-proof those. Obviously, port assets are built for a 50-year timeline, so you want to make sure you get it right. We've obviously got the Westport facility, and I understand the Westport planning will also include taking some of that bulk cement product out of the Kwinana bulk facility by 2032, which will ease some pressure. So we are acutely aware of the issues, and the Minister for Ports is working hard to see what we can do.
Minister, just on that, looking like an absolute, you wouldn't be able to tell from the sunny sky, so it's been a bumper season for farmers. I mean, what are you hearing about particularly grain?
So look, ABARES, which is the Federal Bureau of Agricultural Statistics, they actually reported this morning more than 23 million tonnes is expected from WA. We had a late start to the season. Farmers were looking worried. Very wet in some areas, and we know that we've had to have a bit more aerial support to put fertiliser, etc., on the crops. But look, I mean, frost is always an issue. Potential hail, but at this stage, it's looking fantastic.
Almost 22 million tonnes forecast according to DEWA. Like,
That was last week. It's 23 million tonnes this week.
Very large, if not near record. Like, that is a big task, isn't it? But it's also great for the state.
Oh, look, it's fantastic. And what you would have to remember about West Australian grain growers is we quite literally are feeding the world. So 80% of all of our grain and canola that's produced in Western Australia is sold overseas. We are vital to food security for our near neighbours. Our neighbours in Indonesia and Japan and Vietnam absolutely love buying West Australian produce.
Excellent. I think might be a good time to call it, because I think the whale's over there, and that's where we
perfect timing.
lost Justin to the whale.
During the press conference, it was.
Oh, was it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I rang the Environment Minister.